Hello, good morning, almost afternoon. It is episode 7 of Tax Tips Tuesday today with myself, Alicia Lowen, owner of Decimal Accounting Inc. So this is a live broadcast that I'm doing every Tuesday. If you haven't caught any of the previous episodes, you can check them out in our Facebook page. There is the history of all the episodes there. And today's topic is going to be business travel. How much is too much? And this is a question that came by request from one of our clients. So if you have a question that you would like to be addressed in a future Tax Tips Tuesday episode, then I'm very open to your feedback. I would love to hear what questions about business, about accounting, about personal finance that you have and that you would like to hear addressed. So if you have a question, then put it in the comments here and then I will add it to my list of episodes to do. So for today's episode, business travel, how much is too much? This is a question that sort of has a wishy-washy answer, as many things in business do. So one rule of thumb, if you want a rule to go with, it would be that you should have no more than 2 conferences that you go to within the year for your business. So if you're only going to 1 or 2 conferences and for that time you maybe have a flight, you have hotel, you have some meals expenses while you're away, and all of that is legitimate business travel expenses and would absolutely be 100% deductible for your business. So you could do 1 or 2 of those types of conferences in the year and be perfectly fine. So that would be one rule to stick with if you're not really sure. If you're going to 10 conferences per year, that's probably too much. You might be able to get away with 3 or 4 if you're in an industry where conferences are going to be particularly valuable to you. Let's say you are running a marketing firm and you're buying a ticket to a social media conference where you're going to go and learn new skills that you can then use in your business to make more revenue for your business. Then you've got a great backstory to that reasoning of why you are spending so much on travel. And if it was audited, you would be able to provide that as the reason why your travel expense is high. Another way to go for this would be to limit it based on dollars expense. So if you're spending less than $2,000 on travel in a year, I would say don't worry about it. That's going to be perfectly fine, and that's not going to raise any red flags with CRA. A lot of things with business expenses come down to what is reasonable for your industry. And so if I am a plumber, I'm probably not needing to go to Hawaii for a plumbing conference, right? Whereas if I'm somebody who is a web designer and I'm going to go to some web design conference and learn new skills, or perhaps I'm someone who is an exhibitor, my business is a business-to-business service. So let's say for Decimal, I could go to a conference that's somewhere else and purchase a booth as an exhibitor and be there to really advertise my services to the other business owners. Then I would say in that case, there's probably no limit to how much you'd be spending on business travel, because it's going to be something that is directly required as a way to produce income. If it's more about personal development or development of your skills, then I would say watch out that you don't spend too much on travel, as that could be an area that does get audited. But again, it's not like there's a hard and fast rule for that. So I've said $2,000 is probably a safe amount for any business. If it's a lot more than that, if you're spending $10,000 on travel, then you should hopefully have pretty high revenue. You know, if you have $200,000 in revenue and only $10,000 in travel, then that could be fine. But if all you have is $20,000 in revenue and you've spent $10,000 on travel, then you can see how that's a bit of a different situation, which is more likely to get flagged for audit by the CRA. And that's always what we are trying to avoid, right? Let's all just stay under the radar so that we don't get audited. So that's my quick summary for you of my opinion on business travel, how much is too much. Make sure that you are tracking your vehicle mileage. So what I mentioned so far was things like flights. If you're on Vancouver Island, then BC Ferries tickets, yes, absolutely, business travel there. Your meals while you are away. So if you have to travel out of town for work, then your meals are actually 100% deductible, as opposed to when you go out for a business meeting meal that is close to your home office, that is only 50% deductible. So business travel meals are actually 100% deductible. So that's a good tip for you. And then make sure you're tracking your mileage. So if you want, you can use a basic spreadsheet to record your trips, or some people use a little paper logbook where they write their trips in. Or if you want an app that is good for mileage, there's one that I recommend that is called Mile IQ, and that's a free app to track mileage for up to 40 trips in a month. So if you're doing less than 40 trips, then you don't have to pay. You don't have the paid version of the app. You can use the free one. So I hope you enjoyed this topic for episode 7 of Tax Tips Tuesday. And if you've got a topic that you would like addressed in the next video or in one of the future ones, then let me know in the comments. And I am Alicia Lowen from Decimal Accounting saying have a great afternoon.